Welcome back, YouTube. I wanted to do a video for those who are looking to buy a pre-owned E90 BMW, or for those who are current owners of an E90 BMW. The top 6 things that are very likely to fail that most people don't talk about. Everybody wants to talk about the valve cover gasket, the oil filter housing gasket, the oil pan gasket. They want to talk about the VANOS solenoids. They want to talk about the camshaft intake and exhaust position sensors. They want to talk about all those things. But what about the things that people don't talk about? What are those things that you will most likely replace on the E90 once it gets to around the 80,000 miles and up? You can see here that my window regulator just failed. I actually just got the part yesterday, so I'm going to be doing a video on how you take off the door and install the window regulator. But anybody who's had an E90 and even other models of BMWs know what it is to replace a window regulator. If you have the car long enough, you're going to have to replace a window regulator in one of your doors. So if you're looking for a pre-owned E90, this is something that you're probably going to have to fix shortly after you buy it. And if someone's had a BMW long enough, it's something that you probably already replaced. The next thing I want to talk about is the door actuator. I had the door actuator go on the other side, the left side of the car, and I wasn't able to open the door from the outside. And the inside buttons, as well as the remote button to unlock the door, would not open the door. The only way I was able to open the door was to reach my hand to the back door and use the handle to open the door. That was the only way I was able to open the door. And the reason for that is because the door actuator failed. So if the door actuator fails, you're not going to be able to open the door from the outside. So if you have issue with the door opening from the outside, check your door actuator. But this is another component of E90s that are very likely to fail that most people don't even talk about. The door actuator is located in here, so you have to take the door panel off, and there's not that much clearance on the inside, but you're able to unscrew the screws on the outside and get into the inside of the door and take this component out here, which is your door actuator. Very likely to fail if you drive your E90 BMW long enough. And most people don't even talk about your door actuator. The third thing that's very likely to fail on the E90 is the blower motor, which is located right underneath the glove box here. It's a pretty simple DIY, but because the space is limited and it's kind of in a weird space to kind of get to, it's a little bit of a pain to do. But I replaced mine probably about 2 years ago. And blower motors, they fail. And they're very likely to fail on E90s. One who's replaced the blower motor, there's a resistor right next to the blower motor. And a lot of the times, the resistor is still good, which you have to transfer to the new blower motor housing. It's the blower motor that goes bad. So if anyone who had a BMW or looking to get one that has quite a few miles on it, this is something that's very likely to be replaced in the near future after you get it, the blower motor. The fourth thing that's very likely to fail on an E90 is your hood sensor. So a lot of the times when your alarm is going off randomly, it's because of the hood sensor here. A lot of times they stop functioning and they get stuck too. And when the sensor goes bad, a lot of times your alarm will just go off randomly throughout the day. And it's something that is very common and a lot of people don't talk about it. The fifth item that's very likely to fail on the E90 BMW is the wiper motor, which is located underneath all these coverings. A lot of times when your wiper blades don't move, it's because the wiper motor has failed. So it's an easy DIY. You just have to take off all the coverings. When I actually bought this 325 E90, the wiper motor had already failed. So literally when I bought the car, a week later I replaced the wiper motor. So it's something that I had to do upon purchasing the car. It was already failed. And the sixth item that's likely to fail that a lot of people don't talk about is the washer fluid pump, which is located on the front passenger fender of the vehicle right in here. So you will jack up the car, take the wheel off, take the linings off, and you can access the washer fluid pump right in here. So a lot of times when there's no fluid coming out, sometimes it is the nozzles that are clogged, but a lot of times it's that the washer fluid pump has failed. And the washer fluid pump is the plug for the washer fluid reservoir as well. So it's the perfect time to drain the reservoir as well as replace the washer fluid pump itself. And that is the top 6 things that are likely to fail on an E90 BMW that most people don't even talk about. So I wanted to do this video for people who are looking to get a pre-owned E90 BMW, as well as people who's had their E90 for many miles and many years. These are things that you can very likely expect to replace by holding on to your E90. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Till the next video.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Visit beamermods.com for BMW performance intakes, clothing and accessories. Unleash your BMW engine. Increase horsepower.